So I'm going to start over, not recapping everything I just said, but letting you know that this podcast is really going to be about being thankful, right? Which is a positive emotion of all things that are good in your life. But I also think that, with all good, you kind of have to go through some bumps in the road as well. And so expressing our gratitude and having that gratitude attitude, and there's a whole lot of stuff that you can go through and Google or read self-help books, but just taking the mere time to look around and be appreciative of the things that you have, knowing that, everybody's going through some struggles. I mean, we've gone through COVID. We've hopefully moved past some of that to where, we've learned how to function around different things. I know I experience struggles on a daily, um, hopefully not passing them on to you as the agents and advisors and brokers that are working with your clients. Hopefully those frustrations stop at our level, meaning if you're having frustrations or sticking points with insurance companies, hopefully that is something we're able to assist you with. And so when I think about having an attitude of gratitude, truly, and I do truly mean this from the bottom of my heart, I am very grateful for you, because without you, we don't have a value. We don't have an opportunity to service clients and bring to you solutions that are very, very much needed in your quiver of solutions. And so we're basically, when we're looking at, and you all know this, I mean, Producers XL is a full service agency. We focus on 5 core products, which is life, annuity, long-term care, Medicare, and disability products. We really want to look at that through a consultative lens, because we know none of you hone in solely on one particular solution. So really what we're wanting to do is just complement and protect your client's risk management strategy, and working together, kind of evaluating that overall risk consulting, which is exactly what you do in your everyday life with your clients. So knowing that you're not spending all of your core time on the products that we bring and the solutions that we bring to the table, we really want to come right alongside of you and complement your process of what you're doing, to where you're probably fully aware that your clients might need some life insurance solutions. They might need some disability solutions, but that's not a core focus of yours. You don't have the time. You don't really want to put the effort into it. You really can't take on one more project. And quite frankly, you don't want to divert your attention from what puts food on the table. Well, what we're wanting to do is enhance those services in a manner that works within your model and respects each one of your own circumstances. And so when I say that I'm grateful for you, I do truly mean that, because it becomes so much of a relationship, just like you have a relationship with your customers and your clients. We want to have that same relationship with you. There's many of folks out there that have my personal cell phone. They'll text me. I was on a Zoom last night from my own home office, talking with an agent and her clients about extended care needs. That conversation went on into, the 7 o'clock hour. And those are the types of things where those are truly the strategic relationships that we're looking for. Those folks that really allow us to kind of come alongside and help you in that risk advisory role that you play to your customers. And so even though we're sitting here talking about extended care and the increase of the phone calls that happens at the claims department, some of the things that I'm grateful for is all of you agents out there right now going through AEP. I will tell you, there has been numerous conversations between myself and Rick and Sean about what this AEP looks like for all of you out there and if you don't know what that means, it's the annual enrollment period, which is where all things Medicare get discussed, right? And so Medicare Advantage, prescription drug plans, they all have an open window from October 15th to December 7th. It's a what we call a beautiful 54 days of chaos. And there's a lot of negative stuff going on out there. There's some Facebook groups that we belong to, and there's a lot of, I don't want to say hate and discontent, but there's a lot of not happy agents and advisors out there because of carriers not paying commissions on plans halfway through AEP. We've got, you know, all types of disruption going on that space. And I know a lot of you right now are sitting back and saying, I'm in this space because I truly care for my clients. And I know this for a fact because I also have my own personal clients that I work with through AEP. And they want to dote on you and they want to shower you with all of the praises they can give you because they do truly see you as a light at the end of a very dark tunnel when they're trying to figure out what their Medicare looks like for the following year. And so now you're going through something and maybe you're not going to get paid on this. And that's disheartening. And so I want you to know that we take those types of things that are happening very sincerely to heart because we want you to be successful. And there are some things that we're going to be looking into. It's one thing to say, well, you should cross sell, you should cross sell. I mean, yeah, we know that. But also, if you're in a PDP or an MA sale, there's only so many things you can bring up, right? And then you have to have a different scope of appointment. And there's a lot of rules and compliance that goes on around that. So I'm truly grateful for all of you out there in the Medicare world that are driving through this particular AEP. I will tell you, hold your chin up. There's a lot of great service, and that's what brought you into this space. And you're doing a wonderful thing for your clients and your prospects and those folks that are searching you out. And just know that we are looking at things to maybe things that would help bolster you for next year because we've heard a lot of folks, hey, look, I don't even think I'm going to recertify next year. This is just crazy. I can't charge a fee. um I don't know what to do here. I'm not getting paid. I can't charge a fee. What's the point in this? You know the why. You know the answer to your why because they're your clients. They're your friends, they're your customers, they're the people that you truly do enjoy helping. Um, Now, that doesn't mean if you get a bad egg in there every now and again, right? You have the luxury of firing clients as well. So maybe this is a way for you to go through your book and kind of really scrub through that. As well as I know you've all seen us talk about the RSSA designation, which is a registered Social Security analyst. I went through that program, got my designation, but it's really more than a designation. I'm going to revisit this opportunity for all of you again next year. You have to look at it as professional development because that's exactly what it is. There's a cost to you, not just for the designation, but the platform that it provides. And it does truly take you into a market that allows you to uncover. You can charge a fee for this service to do a Social Security analysis for your clients. You're actually going to talk to them long before they're 65. You don't do this when they're 65, just like we don't try to prospect for Medicare clients when they're turning 65 because everybody's doing that. You're going to talk to them much younger, 60. And then they become clients long after that. But now you're going to get a vision into what their Social Security analysis is going to look like, what works best for them. But are there life insurance needs? It'll uncover annuity sales. It'll have conversations around extended care planning. But you have to go into it knowing it's a professional development for you for services that you can charge a fee for, as well as build a client base. There's a platform behind the scenes, there's marketing materials, there's letters, there's emails, there's seminars, there's webinars, all types of things to fill your sales funnel as you move through this. I'm actually going to be sitting on a lead generating webinar with RSSA to discover how that platform works. So I want you to know that we have taken very seriously to heart on how we can help you continue to be successful because we know a lot of you are very much engaged in that Medicare space, especially during AEP. And I know this has been a tough year for all of you, and we're grateful for you. We're grateful for those that certified, that recertified, and keep tromping through this. So I wanted to let you know that we are here for you. For those of you in the extended care, the long-term care space, seems to get a little tougher every year, doesn't it? It seems like the conversations are only stemming around those folks that bring up the conversation. And then we have to worry about the underwriting aspect of. So for those of you that are still out there, bringing up the conversation about extended care planning and the consequences of not having a plan, kudos to you, because it's not an easy space out there right now. It's real easy to kind of slap a rider on a life insurance contract, but are you really solving the need? And I'm not saying that's a bad solution, but it's not the only solution. And if somebody wants an extended care plan and they want to build that plan, it needs to be more than just a rider because, right, you typically would have to drive up that death benefit face value in order to get them a comparable long-term care benefit. So the, oh, by the way, isn't just, oh, it's a couple $100s a year and this is a great little rider to add to it. You really do still need to develop the plan that they're looking for. And, for those of you that our life and health product lines, right? So the annuity, the disability, the long-term care. For those of you that this isn't a core focus of yours, and maybe it's property and casualty, maybe it's financial, right? Maybe it's financial advising, maybe it's fee-only services. I want you to know that we see that, we understand that. We understand that you are in that financial planning space and you're a fiduciary first, right? Well, we want to complement the services you provide to your clients. I was just meeting, we've got a little protein shop that's kind of across the street from us. And I was in there and they were doing like a grand opening next door. And then they all funneled into the protein shake store. And I said, I go, oh, are you guys having a grand opening? It looked like the Chamber of Commerce. And they were like, well, not really. It's just, we're going to open a satellite office here. And I said, oh, yeah. I said, what do you guys do? And they're like, oh, we're financial planners. And I said, oh, fantastic. And then they mentioned the guy's name. And I was like, well, yeah, I know him. And I said, well, of course, never go anywhere without a business card. And I said, if you guys are ever in the need for insurance solutions to complement your fiduciary rules that you're abiding by, we'd love to come aside along with you and help that. And she goes, you know what? I'm always telling my clients, you better get life insurance. You got to have more life insurance. We need to have a conversation about life insurance. And then I just tell them to go find it. And I said, I don't know if that's technically fulfilling that requirement, expecting your client. I mean, that you have options and you have folks, and I understand if it's fee only, right? There's so many things you can do, but there are people that you can partner with that can help you fulfill those requirements for your clients. And in the PNC space, right? I understand that you have a lot of other things, and some of you actually have other primary carriers, obligations to those primary carriers where they need to get that first look. We understand that and we respect that. However, you might have clients that get declined for coverage with your primary carrier, or maybe you're in competition with someone else and your primary carrier for life insurance isn't going to fit that ticket. We also can work to help you find additional options and secure coverage and kind of balance out those obligations that you have for your customers. And so even though this was kind of just a well-rounded finish out November, kind of talking about all the different services, it's really meant to tell you that we are truly at Producers XL sincerely thankful for you. We're thankful for what you do for your clients. We appreciate where you're at in your space. And we just want to come alongside of you and help you complement those services that you're providing, looking at the risk management portfolio and advising your clients what's best. And so I want to wish all of you a very, very happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your time with friends, enjoy your time with family. I know here inside of our agency, the phones ring a little bit less once we all get full of turkey and then we start sliding into the Christmas. But believe you me, my final podcast for 2024 will actually be on December 31st, which is New Year's Eve. And typically we're only open a half a day for that day, but you better believe that there will be a podcast and we will wrap up the year in review for 2024. So I want to thank all of you, let you know that we are very thankful for you, appreciate you coming to us with your clients' needs year after year, time after time. And hopefully we're doing a good service for you. And I wanted you to know that we appreciate you. Thank you for joining me on my podcast today. And I look forward to next month's podcast as we wrap up the year in review. Thank you all. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving.